Hey, what's up guys, John here. See these little homes behind you? This is called a tiny home. This is gonna be the new trend here in America. It's really popular in Austin, Texas. How much do you think these homes are? If you had to guess, how much do you think these homes are? Well, I'm gonna tell you in a second, but today's video is sponsored by GreatCreditFast.com. If you are interested in fixing your credit, if you have late payments, medical bills, charge-offs, foreclosures, bankruptcies, repossessions, or any negative item on your credit report, go to GreatCreditFast.com. Now look, take a look at these little homes. How much, if you had to take a guess, do you think these are selling for? And read this sign, by the way. It says, do not enter private residence for renters only, right? Welcome to the future, for renters only. This property is about 399 square feet. And it's selling, well, they're trading for between $150,000 and $170,000, which to me is pretty crazy because if you look back at 2008, right before the great financial crisis, how much were homes selling for? The average home in America? About 200, 220, 250, in that range, depending on the market in which you're in. So those homes, 3-bed, 2-bath, 1,500 square feet, you know, traditional, nice suburban home. This is how far America has come, to where you're going from 2,000 square feet to now 399 square feet. The monthly payment on these properties, roughly $1,500 per month, $1,500 a month. So it's just really shocking to me to kind of see how fast everything is moving. $1,500 a month for a 399 square foot house. So for context, it's about a studio apartment, right? Well, 400 square feet. And right across the way, there's an RV park where people are, you know, I'm gonna walk you over there. I'm gonna kind of show you what's going on here. Because I think what we're walking into in America is something that everyone needs to pay very, very close attention to. A lot of people that have really, really good jobs, a lot of people that are working really, really hard are getting pushed out of the American dream, being able to own a traditional home, right? And so people are, you know, they're just trying to own anything, right? They're just trying to own something. And 399 square feet for 170 grand is what now most people can barely afford. But what's pretty crazy is at 2 grand a month, right? Insurance and taxes likely probably still going to go up in the near future. You're seeing all these problems, all these floods and disasters happening. This is going to be a situation where insurance is likely going to continue just to increase in the short term. So this might even be out of reach for a lot of people in the coming couple of years. And you see this, like all these RVs right here. All these RVs, I believe, you go from maybe losing your home or renting and just trying to get one of these properties here, and then if you can't do that, then you know, some of these little RVs, some of them are nice, but you know, some of these entry-level RVs are where we're going to go. You're seeing a lot of people right now talking about van life, and you're hearing a lot of people talk about things that you would have never heard people talk about just a couple of years ago. What I think is very likely going to happen here, I think it's going to be an interesting couple of years ahead, where if you look at overall, you know, what's happened to America, used cars, $700 in 2007, right before the great financial crisis. Now used cars over $35,000, average used car. So you see how radically expensive everything is getting, yet real wages are softening. And so when you walk into this technological revolution, like what we're going to be walking into very soon, where you know, ChatGPT and a lot of these automations, generative AI and all this stuff really starts to become more and more popular, you're likely going to start to see a massive consolidation of wealth, right? And most Americans own a large chunk of their wealth is based in their single family home. So if you start to see a situation where 46%, which we have right now, 46% of all Americans work for small business, and a lot of small business will likely be disrupted in the coming couple of years, what I believe you will likely see is many people being forced to sell their homes in an environment with record high interest rates, high property tax and insurance, and smaller pool of buyers that frankly can afford to buy even the average home. The average home in America is about $419,000. So what are you likely going to have? You're probably going to see a large transfer of wealth coming very, very soon. And I think you're going to see a lot of builders say, you know what, get this here. We can provide this for you. We'll even do a rent to own. They'll start to probably pull out all these different packages. Rent to own, you know, $1,500 a month. Just pay us $1,500 a month for the next 30 years. You know, works out really well for the lender. It works out really well for the builder. And then at the end, maybe they miss a couple payments and now they're just renters, right? I think all this stuff is very likely in front of us. And at the same exact time, you know, record high credit card debt, record high consumer debt. I think to me, it's pointing to a big opportunity for, and I try to always see the positive in everything. You know, a big opportunity for those that are prepared, that are putting themselves in a good position, a good business. You know, it's shocking that 33 million small businesses, 33, it's a little over 33 million, like 33.4, 33.5 million small businesses in America, 27 million of them are single operation, meaning solopreneur, one man, one woman running the entire business. And now with the help of technology, a lot of people, I believe, are going to be able to run businesses that before would need 5 employees. Now they can just run it with just one employee. So if people are looking at this from a position of like, okay, you know, I might not have things figured out just yet, but I have a really good idea and I'm going to find ways to, you know, get this off the ground with very, very low cost. And if you can get a business to, you know, 10 or 15,000 bucks a month, you know, I think there's going to be a lot of opportunity for those that are able to do it with a stable stream of income and being able to do it with reduced cost. And those people are probably going to be more profitable than many of the people that are running small businesses doing 30, 40,000 a month with today's labor cost, right? Everything is going through the roof for small business owners. So I think that's what we're going to start to see. Next couple of years is going to be, you know, we've seen this rise of the side hustle. I think it's going to be magnified with technology, absolutely magnified. I mean, look at these little homes. Like they're like really decking them out. I'm going to show you this because I mean they're really decking these properties out. You just imagine if someone were to tell you 3 years ago that the future, or even 5 years ago, the future will be, the goal is to own a 300 and something square foot house for 1,600 bucks a month or 1,500 bucks a month. Many people would have said, you're crazy, that will never happen. Now Lennar and all these different home builders are doing it. And it's shocking how fast all of this stuff is happening, how fast it's all happening. Like, it's almost unreal. When I drove by this and I saw this community, I'm like, there's no way that this is going this quickly. Like, people are diving on these homes everywhere. I mean, like, they're literally all over the place. There have to be 400 homes, 500 homes in just this community. They actually look like, you know, pretty decent little houses. But yeah, you start to look at what's happening in the overall real estate market as well. Renters, I think in the short term, like in the next 2 years, 3 years, are going to have the upside, the actual advantage. The reason for it is there's so much apartment inventory coming to the market, 50-year high in apartment construction. Like in Austin, where I am right now, 230 something thousand apartments available, and you have 120,000 new units coming to market. So they're an increase in supply in over 50%. So you look at that, you're like, okay, well, rents are obviously going to keep falling. And if rents keep falling, it's going to be more pressure on home builders and you know, home developers that are, well, apartment developers that are building these apartments, you know, with 5%, 6% returns. What's going to happen? They're bringing these apartments to market with high interest rates, high insurance, high taxes, and falling rents. It's going to be a problem for a lot of these builders, and it's going to be a game of survival of the fittest. So if you are renting right now, it's actually probably a pretty good thing if you're able to take advantage of these falling rents, and then if you're able to segue your business or, you know, the way in which you make money using AI or some type of technology, you'll be able to put yourself in a position to save a lot of money. And if you're able to do that, then maybe you want one of these tiny homes, maybe you don't. Maybe you want to get a, you know, a traditional American home, like a traditional 3-bed, 2-bath, 2,000 square foot house, white picket fence. Maybe that's what you want to do. Maybe you want to buy rental property, right? I'm not sure what the goal is that you have, but when you start to look at all of these headwinds coming for a lot of home builders, you start looking at a lot of the headwinds coming for the economy and for the everyday American consumer. I think what you're going to see is a lot of people being forced into these tiny homes, and a lot of people that are going to be making moves right now that are going to end up buying, you know, traditional everyday American homes by the dozens, simply by putting themselves in a really, really strong position up front. I mean, look over there. It's literally tons and tons and tons of RVs all over the park, all over, because it's like a kind of like a recreational park back there. And I think they're just like, they're renting plots of land for people to be able to park their RV. My bet is it's a lot of people that work in Austin that can't afford to pay the Austin rent where it currently is, and they're like, you know what, I'll buy an RV for 10 or 15 grand, I'll finance it, you know, not a nice RV, maybe I'll buy a van and kind of redo it, 10 or 15 grand, refinance it, or remodel it, and then I'm just going to park right there and I'll go work in Austin to try to save some money, because this rat race that I'm in right now, paying $2 grand a month for rent, you know, $1,000 a month for the car, including insurance, food, and everything else. Then I'm break even at the end of the month. You know, a lot of people are over that. They're done. They want to find a better solution. What do you think about this situation here? What do you think is about to happen to the job market and to tiny homes in general? You think this is the new trend in America? Drop it below. I'm doing a couple podcasts here in Austin. I'm going to look at some of these other communities, and some of these builders are going belly up. One builder, I think it was Story Built, they have $2 billion plus in real estate, all going bankrupt, all going back to the bank, all because of the chain of events that I just mentioned. Rents falling, costs rising, they can't hold on, right? I'm gonna go look at a lot of these properties, and maybe I'll do another walk and talk. But yeah, drop below, let's have a conversation about it. If you want to fix your credit, you really want to put yourself and position yourself in the best way possible. If you have late payments, medical bills, charge-offs, foreclosures, bankruptcies, repossessions, click the link in the description just below this video. Schedule a free strategy session. Catch you in the next video.